And welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video, and I have some sad news. So Star Wars Day is coming up pretty soon, and I'm kind of working on a separate video for that. But I have been noticing over the last little while, it's getting harder and harder to join games in Star Wars Battlefront, the one that came out in 2015. Not Battlefront 2, I'm not getting that, but the quote-unquote original Battlefront for the PS4. Been loving this game, and it is fantastic, but it is getting harder to join some games. I've captured a couple of different attempts here. I've always noticed with the PlayStation 4, it's been pretty easy. I mean, I can just fire up Battlefront and boom, I'm into a game without much trouble. Up until recently, this is more the results I've been getting, where it's sort of, we got to wait for some more players to join the session. Now, about 8 or 9 months ago, I was watching a guy who played Battlefront on the Xbox One, and he was saying, like a lot of PC gamers, well, you can just never find a game. And I thought, well, PlayStation 4 has been no problem at all. Here's another attempt for me to join in, join anything that might be available online, and again, almost nobody's playing. It is worth noting, it seems to be okay if I try to join on a weekend. There's still a pretty easy crowd to join in there. I don't know if you can make it out, but I'm actually trying to join a Bespin map here. Bespin being DLC is less common. I'm sure a lot of people in this day and age who are playing Battlefront 2015, they picked it up for $5 in the bargain bin at GameStop or what have you. They won't have Bespin necessarily. They would have need to have bought it. Oh, I did find a game. But it's just me. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. You're not as likely to join a game that has the DLC. Bespin is the most popular of those maps. Death Star is also really good, but getting harder to join people who've also got that. So it's kind of it's a sign of the times. However, there is still plenty for me to do single-player-ish. I mean, it doesn't have a single-player game where you can run around and do a story, but you can set up skirmish matches where you are just playing against the AI. I resisted playing that for the longest time because when Battlefront 2015 first came out, it was weirdly deciding that players could customize their stormtroopers, which meant you could have stormtroopers with their helmets off and you could choose different hairstyles, and that always looked weird to me. EA patched that out about a year ago or so, so you only had stormtroopers with helmets on, which made it a lot better, because when you're running around Hoth or something and you're shooting a guy in a white uniform with his helmet off, you're not sure, is that a stormtrooper or is that a rebel soldier? So they fixed that with multiplayer, and luckily, it seemed to take a while to get to those skirmish single-player maps as well, but now it's fixed, so I can always play against the bots, and there are varying levels of difficulty. So I will always have a Battlefront to play. Oh, another game! And it's got a total of 4 people. Yay. Well, it is Bespin. Okay, that serves me right. However, I knew going into this that this was going to be the story. I'm not big on multiplayer games in this day and age because eventually the player base, on consoles I should say, the player base starts to dwindle away, as this is now starting to have, and at some point the game developers are going to turn off the servers. I know that's coming. And I bought this game with that fully aware in my head. I thought, okay, as a comparison, I have played Battlefront, the original PC one that came out about 10, 12 years ago. I have played that on PC recently, like in the last 3 or 4 years. There are still people playing those old original maps from way back in the day. So that's great for the PC world, but in the console world, that's not going to happen. You're not going to find that. It's going to eventually dwindle away. They're not going to maintain the servers, and eventually it's all going to be turned off. But at least with this Battlefront, I've got enough to keep me going for a while. And that's okay by me. And there's also these single-player missions you can do where you want to try and, I can't remember, survive with a hero or collect this many star points or whatever. So there's things for me to do. A few more trophies in that area for me to unlock. That's great. And also, let's not forget that awesome, and I'm saying awesome in all caps, VR mission. That's actually the reason I got the PlayStation VR headset. That was a major contender, is the fact that I could sit in an X-Wing and fly that mission. Oh my god, that's amazing. So I am very happy with my purchase. This isn't going anywhere, so let's... I tried seeing if I could join a Walker Assault level, because those are always popular. You can actually select which mission you want to do. Let's try Walker Assault, and lo and behold, nobody's playing that either. So, or at least it takes a long time to join. It's a different story on the weekends, but in the old days, like maybe 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, I could join a game instantly. Now it's taking a while. But you know what? I've been very happy with this purchase. I think I have joked with people, my PlayStation 4 might have actually permanently etched the bits on the hard drive that Battlefront take place in, because I have played this thing to death multiple times for all the year and a half that I've owned it, and I have been extremely pleased with it. I wish... who knows, maybe there'll be a Battlefront 3 someday. If there is, I would like it so that you can choose the era that you're playing in, because I don't want to play in the sort of newer film level. I just want to play the classic Star Wars. So, with luck, that will happen. But I knew this day was coming, and it looks like it's not far before I will be alone playing Battlefront 2015. That's kind of sad. However, there is a game about to launch here, so at least I've got a little more life in it. And until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.